On the blip today, Facebook will be bringing its portal device to the office space. Will we finally see the Google Pixel Watch next week? Galaxy Fold may be having more issues, but first, let's kick things off with the iPhone 11 glass screen problems. Welcome, fellow nerds. It is me, Jamocha, and this is The Blip, the show in which I cover news, highlights, and events from the world of tech. But before we dive into these stories, if this is your first time checking out this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time we put up new videos, and hit a like if you like this video. Alright, let's get into the stories. First story up. The iPhone 11 came out a few weeks ago. Much praise, good reviews, the customers are loving it. So there's a serious warning that is out there. There may be a display problem going on. So Apple is claiming that this is the strongest glass ever made. Okay, this is right there on their website. The toughest glass in any smartphone, front and back. But apparently users are not experiencing that same sort of strong glass that Apple is proclaiming here. If you go over to the Apple community, there are over 30 pages of people complaining about the screen getting scratches. They said they've never had this happen to an Apple device before. A lot of people aren't rocking glass protectors on there. So a lot of users are showing that this device is scratching much easier than the previous devices. So that is not good for Apple at this point. And let's talk about how much some of these repairs are going to cost for Apple. So if you go to their website here, so they offer a Apple Care Plus cover. I think that's like $29 a month or something. But if you're not in warranty, you can see the cost here, how much it costs to actually repair some of these devices. The XS Max, the Pro 11 Pro Max, those are $329 to replace the screen. $279 for the iPhone X, the iPhone 11 Pro, and so forth and so on. iPhone 11 and the XR, $199, and on down the list here. So those are some pretty steep costs to have to shell out of your pocket if you're not under warranty. So my advice: get the warranty. Also, put a screen protector on your device. I never not put a screen protector on my device, and it's a few bucks. It's cheap. You can always replace them, but hey, that's up to you. So moving on, another phone that's having problems, the Samsung Galaxy Fold. There are users out there reporting that, well, there's a user that's reporting that the logo is pulling off. But if you have been on the rock lately, just a recap, the Galaxy Fold was supposed to launch earlier this year, but there were a number of problems that were coming with the device. They sent the units out to reviewers. They were peeling the screen off because they thought it was just a screen protector. And there was dust getting into the device. And so Samsung rightfully stopped the production and fixed it and then sent the device back out. So there's a user out there that's claiming that the logo on the hinge is starting to peel off. And you can see here, a couple of the letters are coming off. I'm not sure if that's a big deal, but again, that is not a good look for Samsung, considering that they were having problems with the device initially on its launch. So I haven't seen other users complain, so maybe this is just a one-off event or a very rare occasion. So we will see. I was reading through some of the comments here. One of the users said that, stop the nonsense. This is a first gen. Everybody knows it's not perfect. Wait till the next gen with all the upgrades and fixes. I kind of disagree with that. Yes, it's a first-gen device, but we don't expect first-gen devices not to be quality, not to be falling apart. We expect first-gen devices to be, lacking in usability, lacking in features. We don't expect it to be a device that's having, letters falling off or the screen cracking or anything like that. So no, I'm going to disagree with his sentiment about that. So, but yes, this is a first-gen device, so I expect it future devices to get better in terms of features and usability, but not in terms of just letters peeling off. So Samsung, hopefully this is just a rare occurrence and it's not a widespread problem for Samsung. Google Pixel Watch is expected to be at their hardware event. So we've been hearing rumors about the Pixel Watch for a number of years now. A lot of people expected it to be shown last year at their Google hardware event, but that did not happen. So there have been chatter picking up this year that it will be shown next week at their event. October 15th is that date. I will be giving my highlights and events, so make sure you stay tuned in for that. Subscribe to this channel so you can get my video notifications. So we don't know much about it, but I do expect it to have Wear OS running on there. Wouldn't make sense for them not to, even though I think they picked up another company that has some type of competing tech. But I think they just picked up that company just for the tech and not necessarily for the OS. What do I expect? I expect different sizes. Most watches do. Probably 40 millimeters, somewhere in that range or whatever. 1 gig of RAM is expected to be on there. Google Assistant obviously will be heavily featured on the watch. We don't have any idea what it looks like, but we do know Wear OS supports both circular and square devices. So I'm hoping that the device will be more circular, not square, like the Apple Watch. And more than likely, it will be called the Pixel Watch. So that's what I'm looking forward to. And next week, October 15th, hopefully we will see that device. Facebook is bringing Porto to the office. So Facebook is trying to get into the office communication space where they're trying to take on, the likes of Skype and Zoom and WebEx. I've used most of the products, but I've never used Zoom, which is a newcomer. But Zoom earlier this year had an IPO where they boosted their market cap of their company to $21 billion. And that market itself is expected to reach $20 billion in revenue by 2024. So obviously Facebook wants to get their hands in on some of that money. If you're not familiar with Portal is this little device that Facebook released last year, I want to say, and it actually follows you around. It's good for chatting with family members or friends that are not in the same building or house or state as you. It's good for that thing, but it also tracks you. I think it tracks your movement. So if you're moving around in your space, it actually tracks you and zooms in and out, pans and scans. So that's Facebook getting into that market. I don't think Portal has sold very well. We don't know the numbers because Facebook does not release the numbers, but according to IDC, they estimate that Facebook has shipped over 54,000 Portal devices since its launch. So not a huge number. Right, so Portal is part of their payments and other fees business segment, which only accounts for like less than 2% of their total revenue. So not a lot of money coming from that group yet, but so obviously Facebook wants to get in on that market segment. So that's the news I have for you in this segment here. If you want to know more about each of these stories, I will link those in the description down below. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you like this content. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And until the next video, guys, stay nerdy.